Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and this is the Locator Lounge. We're in the garage. Buddy Igor is here, and we've got his JZX90 here in the garage. This thing is a 1992 Mark II JDM right-hand drive. Let's check this thing out real quick. As I said, right-hand drive. He's got this thing manual swapped. What transmission did you go with?
It just came with an R154.
Okay.
In fact, the first R154 I got with it was, I didn't know the history of it. So I drove it, drifted it, and I'm sure that twin disc clutch didn't help. A common issue that the R154s have, which is the thrust washer wore out, causing the gears and whatnot to misline a little bit, and then it wore out some bearings. So I ended up getting a Mark III Super transmission, which is a little different than the JZX one because it has different bell housing because of the Mark III was meant for the 7M. And then the rear housing, the shifter setup is also different. So, and there was not much information as to whether the shifter setup was, the rear housing was actually interchangeable. So the way I figured that out was I ended up pulling both transmissions apart. Looking at the gear sets, they looked identical, so I just simply put the JZX rear housing on, and then of course
I actually remember you telling me about that. Yeah, no, that was wild.
And that worked out beautifully. I'm not the biggest fan of the R154 because I have, owned STIs and stuff for a while, and they shift really well. So this one's a little clunkier than what I'd like, but it works. Ultimate goal for some power is, when I get some power, is going to be the either the T56, TR6060, or the GS6 transmission from BMW.
Yeah, there's a lot of options and stuff out there. But because, yeah, this is...
When we drive, we drive, properly. And these things, especially at the events, I'm going through the gears hard, so I need something that'll handle it. And this is fine for daily driving and maybe some events, but, it's pretty good.
Yeah, so he's using this as a drift car, daily car. He's just kind of doing everything with it. Huh?
There's some drift scars back there.
Yeah, he's got, yeah, there's some drift cars. It's on the, you always find your drift scars on this corner. So, yes. But yeah, no, it's a sweet car. He brought it by because he was having some problems with basically some misfiring at certain higher RPM, and he's pretty sure that he's got some either spark blowout issues. He's not entirely sure when the last time the plugs were changed, so of course we're gonna get him a set of E3 spark plugs in this thing. There we go. 1JZGTE non-VVTi.
That's correct.
Right? Yeah. So we're gonna get this cover off and check out what these plugs look like.
It's actually kind of wild. The level of severity and difference between various cars in terms of removing the spark plugs.
Oh yeah.
I once did a Jaguar XF, and it took me 10 hours to do the spark plugs.
That's insanity.
This thing, I can do it in like 3 minutes.
So all we're doing is unbolting the coil packs. Looks like on the 1J, it's a bracket system that holds the
pair. Beautiful
coils. So nice and easy.
Just inspecting the coils. Doesn't seem to be any cracks or anything. That's good.
Just old.
We'll upgrade those at some point too. But for now, one thing at a time. Let go. Is that all the way off? That's fine. Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, the boots are probably just snug is all.
Oh, we got some oil.
Looks like the Valley might have a little oil in it. We'll check things out once we get all these out. As the spark plug guy, I'm looking forward to seeing what the plugs look like.
Yeah. I know about a lot for a car, but in terms of spark plugs, I've always just replaced them every year, just because when you run the car hard, you want the spark to be good.
Yeah, for sure.
Very important. But I never really learned how to. I mean, obvious things, you know, I understood, but like not any specifics, like, you know. All right, now that spark plug socket. That's good that we're in that tight. So that one was one of my other drift cars that I got. It was having a problem worse than this in terms of breakup, and the spark plugs were not even tightened down. They're just chilling on top of the head. So I was like, well, that'll do it. See, that one wasn't even tight either. What does the spark plug expert say? Because
All right,
my typical theory is grab it by the head and just go turn, and that's it.
How far?
Until I feel about that.
Okay, so
German spec.
So basically what I see there is you now have the plug seated.
Yes.
So the washer is completely flat against the cylinder head, and it's seated. You were turning it with one hand relatively loosely. I don't know how strong you are, but what I would recommend now is that once you get it to that point, you are going to give it a quarter to a half turn at most. It all comes down to how tight that feels if you're not using a torque wrench.
Yeah.
So
check
if we go with this guy. Oh yeah, no, you're gonna keep going.
Oh, so I mean,
so that would be the quarter turn.
We could bust out the torque wrench. Are they supposed to be torqued to some?
I mean, there is a torque spec, yes, but nobody likes using torque wrenches for spark plugs.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's when you're.
But that is your making sure that, because you need to. Let me see where's one of the plugs? Do you have one of the new ones?
I do not.
So the biggest thing that we were trying to do here is we're trying to make sure that we crush this washer.
Yep.
This is the seal,
yep.
And we need this crushed flat. So that's why we're torquing it as much as we are.
Got it. Yeah, I've always sort of feared. Come on.
It's not.
See, when you don't use your own tools, you know, it's like a new different
I hate
language.
that wrench, to be perfectly honest.
It was just there. Come on. You can do it. There we go. All right, so I'm going, I mean, that's about the same as what I did the other one. So you said quarter turn?
So quarter turn from there.
That's pretty tight. I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Okay. I just, I have historically snapped lots of bolts because I'm like, oh, that's good, and always snap them.
Yeah.
So I did want to take a look at something after this one.
So yeah, like I said, guys, you're going to take this, you're going to thread it in by hand with your tool. Going in by hand all the way should get you really close to that washer being flat, but sometimes that washer tends to get caught on a thread. So that's why, you know, the rule of thumb is a quarter to a half turn for gasket seated or washer style plugs.
I never use like automatic tools for this part, just in case.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't.
Oops. Come on. Just in case there's some sort of binding that happens, and then you don't want to strip that. We're not touching any of the positive terminals.
Yeah, that's the perfect place for your wrench, guys.
The positive is
or your pliers.
Okay, and then
quarter turn. Yep.
Beautiful. Clean these guys off.
It's got a little bit of a valve cover gasket leak. So he's got some oil down in the valleys, but...
Or it could have been a previous valve cover gasket leak.
Oh, yeah. Never cleaned it. Nah, it would have burned off by now.
You think so?
Yeah. Unfortunately. And install is reverse of removal, guys. So all we're doing is dropping the coil packs back in. I say coil pack. It's really individual coils on a mount. So...
Okay. These things are pretty self-explanatory in where they go based on the length. If we can ever get it going. There we go.
So this wasn't a manual when you got it, right?
That's correct.
So you manual swapped it. Eventually, next up is going to be big single turbo. Or at least single turbo.
Yes. Reasonably large. See, now we run into...
Size does matter, unfortunately, guys.
For turbos, yeah.
So, old cars, part of the clip of the harness has moved. It's not where it's supposed to be. So, you just need to get that straightened out.
There's nothing else I could do other than when I get the new harness.
It's fixed enough.
Fixed enough. See, that one's good. It's also good. Then we got this guy. And then we've got... Yeah, so this stuff lives in heat. So much next to the heat that it's plastic. It'll go brittle. I mean, that could also be one of the reasons, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not pushing the limits of power here, but... Okay, that's it. Then we've got this.
Oh, you have the factory one, and then you just have a dress panel. That's what that was? Yes. I think it goes the other way.
Yeah, right. I know what I'm doing. Believe it or not.
Huh.
It does look pretty good, I will say, but... You know, do I take that? Well, it's supposed to be on there, so... There we go.
And that is it, guys. It's literally that easy to change plugs on these JZ series motors. Your coil packs and stuff are all on the top. Super easy to take off. Let's get this thing fired up and hear what it sounds like now. Yeah, I'll be curious if it's changed at all. The E3 plugs, the idle, you know, they burn cleaner, they've got quicker starts, smoother idles, all those things. That tends to drop a little.
Yeah.
So I'll be eager to hear how it runs for you.
Yeah.
So Igor's definitely going to get back with me, let me know. But what do you think, man? Want to take it for a spin?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Is that a welded diff?
Absolutely.
Of course it is.
Why would we use anything else? It's the cheap way to just make the car do what I need it to do. Now you'll feel the twin disc. Feels pretty darn good.
You got to speed him up, Senior. So
They should have gone flying off of those. It's cool.
yeah, on these wonderful coilovers that you've got.
Yeah, dude, they're so bad. The grill question, yeah.
There's two more, yeah. It sucks. It's terrible.
Well, I'll tell you what, it definitely feels smoother on the higher end.
All right,
It
that's
never
good.
felt like that before because you could feel it like really drop off. These are Cusco coilovers too. The problem is that they ended up maxing them to lowest possible, and they completely ruined the valving in them.
Oh, okay.
But the car sounds pretty good for stock 1J, right?
Yeah. Oh, dude, this thing is ridiculous, and it pulls.
It's not bad.
Well, this is where I'm like, I feel like and obviously transmission, it's a manual, like these other things. Because like, I've got a 2JZGTE.
Yes.
This is a 1JZ, so in theory, I should be doing better. Or
But
more powerful,
I will
whatever.
tell you
But this
this.
thing pulls. Goodness.
So I had the unique opportunity of driving this car. You know, it was obviously automatic. It was running when I got it. So I drove it with the automatic. It was actually amazing how different it was, how like lazy it was.
Yeah.
It really sapped away the power.
Well, that's what this guy keeps trying to convince me to manual swap the Aristo.
It
so
literally livens it up. If you had a DCT, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But the factory automatics, I couldn't even sell it. I could barely give it away. I actually ended up just going to the metal scrap place, and they gave me like 20 bucks.
Wow.
To go buy some lunch, you know? So that's how it is. So the tricky part about a twin disc is that.
Yeah.
And that's not me doing it, it's the car. It's the fucking... I mean, it could be placebo, but I feel like the response is better, you know?
Hey, I mean, you know your car.
Yeah.
To me, that's the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so as far as like placebo effect and everything else, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just...
It feels a lot better for sure.
And all it was spark plugs, guys.
Yep. A lot of people overlook spark plugs are something that I feel like are often overlooked because people don't think about them, but it's a major part of the car's, you know, the ignition system is huge, you know, and people don't really talk about it that much.
Yeah.
Where do we turn around? Oh, I know where to go.
I think you got an idea.
I have an idea.
All right, so Igor's trying to find a little spot to play, so he can try to get a feel.
Close.
Nothing crazy, but
Close course.
He said as a whole, the car does feel smoother.
Yeah, 100%. I definitely feel like this is much smoother.
And again, that's literally what we keep trying to tell people about the plugs, man. It's just tough. I get it. People are used to what they know. And I understand that, but you know, sometimes you give something new a try and you're pleasantly surprised. So it also helps a lot that like I'm the engineer there for you to want to try the product. So
exactly. I mean, I like to talk to, I mean, you don't get often the opportunity to talk to people that actually make the stuff, you know, that engineer it.
Yeah.
Because there's the old saying with mechanics, we want to, not that I'm only a mechanic, but like I'd love to talk to some of the engineers because half of them have never picked up a wrench.
Yeah.
You're interested in it, you're very happy, you know, you work on your own stuff, you figure stuff out, like that's a big deal, you know?
Yeah,
so,
I'm an enthusiast, man. I'm wrenching on this stuff just as much as anybody else.
Exactly.
So that's where I always get so frustrated when guys are just like, I tell them about the product and they're just unwilling to try. I'm like, I'm just as much of an enthusiast with this stuff as you are, man.
Exactly.
And I work, like I'm not just a salesman, like I'm the engineer. I manage quality on this stuff. I design it, I build it. I've been to the factories, like, and we take quality very seriously. That's the other thing is like we stand by our products.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
Shameless plug for the company, but
yeah,
you know, check us out, e3sparkplugs.com.
Oh, bastards. So that used to be open.
Okay.
And you could go there, but we can do something. These things are like a hit it and dip cut type of thing.
Got a little curb there, but that wasn't bad.
Well, you know, it was the little bit of the other people. It would actually grip up there.
Yeah.
This stuff is so not grippy. That actually, it feels definitely very responsive. Obviously, that was super slow.
Yeah.
But, you know, coming around. Have you ever been in a drift event?
No.
Really?
That's the first time I've gone sideways.
Really?
So that was a blast. Yeah, that was
cool.
a little treat.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
surreal feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so different.
It went, and I was like, oh, car's not supposed to go this way.
So
kind of felt a little weightless, honestly. It floats, probably
right?
The best way I could describe it is it felt a little weightless.
Yeah, it floats around a little bit, and you know, especially when somebody better does it, it's like very smooth.
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know? When you're in a confined area, you gotta just get grip.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
But like, if we're at an event, you'll see like a lot of road racers that have ridden with me. They're like, it's a lot less violent than I thought. I'm like, yeah, that's how it is. Ultimately, you know, drifting is very smooth. You're steering the car with the rear.
Yeah.
You know. We got some good bit of smoke coming through as well.
No, it was good. No, it was. I tried to make sure to look around with these.
Yeah,
and like look out the door.
Yeah.
So hopefully, you know,
That's
what
cool.
I got was
Two
pretty
different-
decent.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
I wanted to turn this around, and I remembered I was filming here, so I was like, no, leave this one.
Yeah.
Because I was busy just geeking out laughing. So I was smiling.
Oh man, I wish that gate wasn't there because I used to go in hot there.
Yeah.
Completely sideways and just through.
Oh, that's sick.
Ah. There we go. R154 problems.
with a not great twin clutch.
I don't know how they designed the clutch and said that's the best we can possibly make it. I'm like, how? You know, the other twin discs that I've driven are like much more refined.
Yeah.
It is what it is. The bigger problem is like that clutch dump. There's no, like, it's just on or off.
Yeah.
And that's what's not good for the drivetrain.
There's no well, that's what, because I could feel the drivetrain.
Yeah.
You
When
know,
you're like,
through
normally
that.
when I'm driving and, you know, you're kind of with the people, you know, you're just on throttle, you're kind of e-brake, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you're with other people and you slow down and you have to get out of it,
Yeah.
that's when it's rough because we're not usually like, you know, clutch dumping too much.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I don't want to break anything.
Yeah. Well, and that's again where I was surprised because I can feel your drivetrain, and I'm just sitting here like, I just feel things wanting to break.
Yeah.
So,
Well, this stuff is, I have IS300 axles here, you know, here.
unless you want to go somewhere else.
No. I don't know
this
where
is the
I'm
turn.
going.
Yeah, this is the turn.
Okay. Yeah, you'll have to guide me. Yeah, I have IS300 axles here. For that, to swap those axles into this diff, which it does work, you need the IS300 stubs.
Gotcha.
So it is nice that it's like a Lego piece.
Yeah.
You know, Toyota cars are Lego pieces, so we got those in there. They're I think stronger or just as strong as the factory ones, which the Tourer V axles are different than the standard ones. They're much stronger. So,
Okay.
And I have found out that OEM axles are by far stronger than a lot of the aftermarket cheaper versions.
Oh, for sure.
Because of the way they're designed.
Yeah.
So
Well, not just designed, but I'm also sure manufactured.
yeah.
You know, material choices,
Right.
hardening processes.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
they cold forge it? You know, what did they choose to do?
Yeah. And what's wild is this is just the stock 1JZ. You know,
Yeah.
imagine with twice the power, or really ultimately
Oh yeah, dude. It's
3 times the power.
well, I remember riding with Ned when his Soarer was in like the 600 to 700 range,
Yes.
and he did throw it a little sideways, but not as much as you did.
Yeah,
and we
yeah,
didn't really have. He did more donuts, whereas like you came into it and
Yeah.
then drifted, which very different than starting a donut from a standstill.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
different experience.
You're like, because when when I'm gripped up and everything, you go into a corner and passengers are like, dude, are we gonna crash?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
You know, and then you just go and it just goes around.
Yeah.
And when a car is properly set up, the more on throttle you are, the more it comes around.
Yeah.
You know, so
No, that's awesome.
we'll have to get you out to a drift event for sure.
Oh, definitely.
When I finish my Lexus, whew, that thing will be crazy. I'll huck that thing around like there's nobody's business.
Well, and the IS300 that he's talking about, or is it an IS or
Yeah.
yeah.
it's fast, man.
The IS300 that he's talking about is LS swapped.
Yeah.
So definitely gonna have to do a little walk around type of video thing with that.
We
show
put E3
show that to
spark
some
plugs in that guy. So, and it definitely ran very well. Very impressive.